Why do countries form alliances to counter rising powers instead of trusting international institutions to prevent war? And why do global organizations promise collective protection, yet conflicts still erupt? The tension between balance of power and collective security lies at the heart of international relations. Both aim to preserve stability, but they operate on fundamentally different logics, one rooted in strategic rivalry, the other in institutional cooperation. The balance of power is built on a realist assumption. States exist in an anarchic system where survival depends on preventing any single actor from becoming dominant. When one state accumulates too much power, others respond by building alliances or increasing their own capabilities. This behavior was evident in 19th century Europe, where Britain, France, Austria, and Russia adjusted partnerships to contain Napoleon. During the Cold War, the United States and the Soviet Union led opposing blocs to prevent unilateral dominance. Today, as China's economic and military capabilities expand, we see balancing behavior in Indo-Pacific partnerships like AUKUS and strengthened US-Japan ties. The logic is simple. Equilibrium maintains stability. Collective security, in contrast, is rooted in liberal thought. It argues that aggression against one state should be treated as aggression against all, regardless of alliance membership. Instead of balancing specific powers, all states commit to jointly responding to violations of international norms. The League of Nations embodied this principle after World War I, aiming to deter aggression through unified response. Later, the United Nations institutionalized collective security under Chapter 7 of its charter. For example, during the Gulf War in 1991, a broad coalition acted under UN authorization to reverse Iraq's invasion of Kuwait. The idea is that universal cooperation deters aggression. The difference between the two approaches becomes clear in practice. Balance of power is selective and interest-driven. States align based on threat perception. Collective security is universal and norm-driven, requiring broad agreement that aggression is unacceptable regardless of who commits it. However, collective security depends heavily on political will. When major powers disagree, as seen in UN Security Council divisions over Syria or Ukraine, enforcement weakens. In such moments, states often revert to balancing behavior outside institutional frameworks. Modern geopolitics reflects a mixture of both models. NATO operates partly as a balancing alliance against perceived threats, but it also embodies elements of collective defense under Article 5. The European Union integrates economic and political coordination to reduce intra-European conflict, reflecting collective security principles. Meanwhile, regional security groupings in Asia increasingly resemble balancing coalitions responding to power shifts. The international system does not choose one model exclusively. It oscillates between them depending on power distribution and institutional credibility. Balance of power relies on strategic counterweight. Collective security relies on shared commitment. Both aim to preserve order in an anarchic system, yet each has limitations. When institutions weaken, balancing intensifies. When cooperation strengthens, collective enforcement becomes possible. Understanding this tension explains why alliances expand, why global institutions struggle, and why stability often depends on a delicate combination of both approaches. And now that you understand how states attempt to manage power collectively, the next step is to explore how economic forces shape international competition through international political economy.